Right, OK. And I'm pleased to say that Paul O'Brien is back with us. Hello, Paul.
Hi, Neil.
Hi. Sorry about that. Much better line now. So you just telling us that you've been doing some research. What does the research actually show about the popularity of these sort of outsourcing deals?
Well, the research was actually into insourcing as to why so many authorities were now insourcing service, and what it showed was a trend of a real growing trend of hundreds of local authorities across the country over the last decade or so. Bringing those services back in-house. Many of these contracts, of course, were negotiated in very different times. The longer-term ones, pre-recession, and then the local authorities' budgets have now been cut by 40%, and they've got to squeeze every penny they can.
I thought the whole idea was that you would save money by outsourcing. That was one of the things that advocates of outsourcing would have put forward. We've seen that's not always true, and very much the decision that local authorities have taken to bring contracts back in-house is not ideological. It's very much based on the promises that were made weren't delivered on. The grass wasn't always greener over there. And there's issues sometimes about performance and quality. That's not the case on every occasion. Has it been about to communicate? Is communication one of the issues as well, Paul? The fact is that when you outsource, it can be difficult for the bosses at the centre to keep control of the services that they're actually offering.
Well, there is elements of that, and obviously that you retain the client function yourself to try and manage the performance of the contract. That can be difficult to retain those skills in the longer term. The people that negotiated a contract that's 25 years long ain't always around to see that through to fruition. So that can have a major effect on it. But like I say, very different times. Things change rapidly, and if an example of it, if you negotiated a 25-year deal for waste, 15 years ago, how much change there has been in terms of how we collect our waste. Black sack collection at that time. Now you've probably got about 4 or 5 different recycling bins to sort your waste into. And how could you possibly write a contract that would stand the test of time when things are changing as rapidly with technology and the environment and things?
Interesting. Paul, thanks very much indeed. Paul O'Brien there, Chief Executive of the Association of Public Service Excellence. And we'll keep you in touch with what the decision is at West Sussex County Council, and also over the long term whether the love affair with outsourcing is over.